Want to get Controlayer running from scratch? This is the complete guide. Buying your license, installing and setting up the app, and dialing in your controller, start to finish. Controlayer ships empty, no game features built in. Think of it like a phone with 0 apps installed. This is just the engine. The actual gameplay features, aim, assist, recall control, whatever your game needs, come later from the marketplace. First up, buying your license. Here's how. Basic is a one-time payment, $39 for lifetime access, no subscription, and for a limited time. That includes a free bonus. Click Buy Lifetime to start checkout. Every purchase includes a free starter bundle for your game. Right now, Call of Duty is the only one supported. Battlefield, Delta Force, Fortnite, even racing and football games are coming in the future. Not ready to pick? Skip it for $15 store credit instead, good on anything in the marketplace. Checkout also offers a featured upgrade before you pay. This one's optional and paid, the AI bundle, a step up from the free starter. And you can see its features in action right here: Smart Aim Assist and Smart Gun Selector driving perfect recoil control, automatic rapid fire, and a sniper mode that locks onto heads with whatever gun you're holding. Ground loot in Warzone or your own loadout, and it's not Warzone only anymore. Automatic gun detection now works in multiplayer too. And it's completely safe to run. Controlayer works at the hardware level through your controller. It never touches the game's memory, so anti-cheat has nothing to detect. Now, actually setting up the AI bundle takes a couple more pieces. We cover the whole thing, start to finish, in a separate video, so check that one out next. When you're ready, complete the purchase on the secure checkout page. Your order summary shows everything you're getting: the app, your free starter bundle, and any featured bundle you added, all in one single payment. With that done, let's get the app onto your machine. Once payment goes through, you'll land here. Everything you bought is unlocked. Hit Download Controlayer app to grab it as a single zip file. Extract the zip, and you'll see this. Controlayer is fully portable. There's no installer, you just unzip it and run it straight from the folder. Just run the Controlayer app to fire it up for the first time. Now the big one, starting Controlayer for the first time and getting it set up. First launch opens to sign in. Log in with the same Controlayer account you bought with. That's what unlocks everything you own. Controlayer needs 2 small drivers. First, the virtual gamepad driver. It creates the virtual controller your game actually reads. Install it, then we'll set up the next one. Then HidHide, it hides your real controller. So the game sees only Controller's virtual pad, never both. Together, these are that hardware level layer that keeps you invisible to anti-cheat. On first launch, Controlayer provisions your features and syncs your profiles. A few seconds while it pulls down everything tied to your account. Now pick the controller you actually play with, and Controlayer shapes its virtual pad to match. On mouse and keyboard, go with Xbox. Its layout is the standard for mouse-to-stick aiming. On a PlayStation pad, pick PlayStation instead. You can change this anytime in settings. And you're in. This is home. Notice you already have profiles. Controlayer sync your purchase bundle straight from the server into ready-made setups, so there's nothing to build from scratch. Loading a profile is a single click. BlackOps 7 is tuned for multiplayer. Click it and its whole configuration goes live instantly. Same for Warzone, one click swaps your entire setup over to Battle Royale tuning. The active profile up top always shows what's live. And Warzone M&K is the keyboard and mouse variant, same game, tuned for a different input. Pick whichever matches how you play. Next, tell Controlayer which device to read. Open the input selector, top right, and pick what you actually play on, your mouse and keyboard or a gamepad like an Xbox controller. That's the device Controlayer listens to and layers your features on top of. This next part isn't optional. Get it right and Controlayer stays rock solid. So let's set it up carefully. Here's the rule, and it matters. From now on, you never set stick dead zone in the game. Instead, open Controlayer settings. And if you want any dead zone at all, set it right here. Left stick and right stick anywhere from 0 to 100. This is the only place your dead zone should ever live. Then zero it out in Call of Duty. Open the game settings and go to Controller. Scroll all the way down to Deadzone inputs and expand it. Now, set your left stick minimum deadzone all the way down to 0. Then your right stick minimum to 0 as well. And one more, don't skip this one, set the right stick maximum all the way to 100, never lower than that. That's it, 0 deadzone in the game. So Controlayer is the only one that counts. Now sync your real game settings so every feature performs at its best. Head to the features page and search for the feature called in-game. This is how Controlayer lines up with your actual game, and when it's synced, everything from recoil control to smart aim assist performs at its best. Click the Code in-game settings feature to expand it, then click sensitivity to expand that too. Now enter the exact values you already use in your game, horizontal sensitivity, vertical sensitivity, and your ADS multiplier. Use your own numbers, don't copy the 2.3 you see in this video, match whatever you actually play with. Leave field of view at 117, and we recommend running 117 in-game too. It works best there for now, making this fully customizable to your preference is on the way. If you like to swap your bumpers and triggers, here's how, and just like your deadzone, this belongs in Controlayer. Here's the idea. A lot of players like to swap their bumpers and triggers, L1 and R1 with L2 and R2. So aim down sights and shooting, move up to the bumpers. If that's you, this belongs in Controlayer too, just like your deadzone, never in the game. Open Settings, and under Engine Settings, find Swap L1 R1 with L2 R2. Turn it on and that's the swap done, handled by Controlayer. And this part matters. Back in the game, make sure the same swap is disabled. Do it in one place only, Controlayer, or the two cancel out. Leave the game's version off. Last step, the overlay. Live info and quick controls right on top of your game. So this is the overlay, a window Controlayer draws over your game, showing live telemetry, your polling rate, the active profile, which features are on, even your active gun and mode. And you can switch profiles and toggle features straight from it mid-game. To turn it on, open Settings and scroll to Overlay Settings. Enable the overlay and make it yours. Set where it sits, which monitor it shows on, even its transparency. Just below Feature Overlays lets you choose which features get their own on-screen unit, expand it, and enable the ones you want at a glance. Running the Call of Duty AI bundle, we'd keep these two on, Smart Aim Assist and Smart Gun Selector. One requirement for the overlay to show in Call of Duty, open Settings, then Graphics and set Display Mode to full screen borderless. On full screen exclusive, the game sits on top of everything and the overlay disappears. And last but not least, like everything else in Controlayer, the overlay is completely safe. It's just another window sitting over your screen, never injected into the game. So the game has no idea it's even there. And that's Controlayer. Start to finish, bought, set up, and tuned. Load a profile, hit Start Engine, and drop in. And come find us. We can't wait to see you in our Discord.